Hello, good afternoon. It currently is 5:01 Saturday evening, and we are tracking some heavy rain now moving into Houston, and this is including the northwest portions of Houston. As we take a look closer at radar, we're seeing a swath of heavy rainfall as well as some lightning that's now making its way into the Sam Houston Tollway area, especially out towards Spring Cypress, even the northwestern portions of Harris County. And we're also looking at heavy rain now approaching Memorial City from the west. So we're not looking at any significant wind speeds. It's just the heavy rain that's going to cause some issues on roadways as we progress within the next 30 minutes. And so as we look at the current situation, of course, we are under a weather impact alert from the KHOU 11 weather team as this heavy rain is now moving into the city of Houston. And we're seeing a large swath of some heavy downpours as well as some lightning that's now making its way into the northwestern portions of the city. So everywhere is along from the Spring Klein area, even along Grand Parkway, Cypress, and you're starting to see some of those downpours now moving into portions of Jersey Village, even North Houston. And this is going to continue tracking closer to downtown Houston here within the next 20 to 30 minutes. And so I think for the most part, we're going to be looking at some pretty significant rainfall within the next 2 to 3 hours as this cold front is now making its way into southeast Texas. We're also looking at some downpours that are moving out of Galveston, but we still just have this large swath of rainfall that is currently moving into Harris County. And as we look live right now, closer towards looking from the Galleria area, we're not looking at any rainfall from the Galleria to downtown Houston, but you're able to see those dark clouds that are just currently there. And this is going to be only remaining dry for a short period of time before this rain does move into the city center. So definitely expect some wet roadways and definitely give yourself enough time getting to your destinations later on this evening as we're seeing that radar starting to pick up here across portions of Harris County as those heavier downpours are now moving into northwestern Harris County. And so I think within the next maybe 20 to 30 minutes is that we will start seeing those downpours reach the center of town, especially as we go into the next 2 to 3 hours. So once again, future track showing those conditions remaining a little bit rainy and messy for this evening. We are expecting that to continue pushing through at least until 6 o'clock, maybe even 7 p.m. We're going to start seeing those downpours make its way into Lake City, even into the Galveston area by 8 p.m. And then eventually we very well could see some lingering showers into the early hours of Easter Sunday morning. So the good news though is that most of Easter Sunday is going to be remaining dry, but we're going to start off a little bit wet out there, especially for tomorrow morning, and then we're drying out and temperatures are going to cool off as we head into the afternoon hours. So I think we even could see some 50-degree temperatures as you head out the door for tomorrow. Looking at the conditions right now, we are looking at a pretty significant heavy rain that is currently making its way into northwestern Houston, especially across portions of Harris County. If you are in Montgomery County, it's looking likely that all of Montgomery County along the I-45 corridor is being encompassed by some heavy rainfall as well as some lightning. The good news, though, is that we're not looking at any damaging winds right now. We're just looking at the heavy rain that could cause some ponding on roadways and cause some issues out on those roadways, especially for those folks that are making their way across town for today. But as we look at what's happening right now, it's now moving into, we have some heavy rainfall that's now moving into northwest Houston, which does include Antoine Drive, even 249 in the Sam Houston Tollway. It's looking like the Spring area is looking at heavy rainfall as well as Greens Point into the northern portions of town. And this is going to continue tracking in towards the city center here in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So our weather conditions are going to start being a bit messy for the next few hours as these downpours are going to continue tracking into downtown Houston. So you have some heavy rain that's now moving in from the northwest, and this is going to be pushing in towards downtown here in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So definitely be on the lookout for some pretty heavy rain that will be making its way into the city of Houston here shortly. So I want to go ahead and look at what's going on across the Conroe area. Last check, we saw some heavy rainfall happening in and around I-45 at Veterans Memorial Park. As I pull up that camera right now, we are looking at those conditions become just a bit wet out there. We're still looking at some less rain. Roadways are still wet. We still have some spray that's happening across I-45, and the rain has not been as heavy as of now. But take a look at the creek right there. That creek is looking it's flowing a little bit fast as we look at that situation going into the last few minutes. So that definitely could cause some ponding on roadways as that area has received quite a bit of rainfall, and we're looking at that heavy rain now moving into the city of Houston as I speak currently at the moment. And so once again, we are looking at this huge swath of heavy rain and lightning, and that is making its way into the city center. We're not looking at any significant wind speeds, but these storms are not severe, but we very well could see ponding on roadways as these storms continue pushing in closer towards downtown Houston within the next 30 to 20 minutes. And so this is all associated with a cold front that is making its way across Texas, and we are expecting it to bring some cooler temperatures heading into Easter Sunday. So this is the weather setup. Those weather conditions are just going to remain mostly a bit more active as we head into the next few hours. And so we very well could see some areas that could give us some maybe half an inch to 2 inches of rainfall in some locations, and that could cause some problematic conditions on some roadways as we progress through the next 2 to 3 hours. And so definitely be on the lookout for that as we are coming in on here on KHOU 11 Plus to sort of just give you an up-to-date update as we go into what's going to be happening here in the next couple of hours. But some heavy rain, some pretty dangerous lightning that's now making its way into northwest Houston, and this is going to be pushing in towards downtown here within the next 15 to 20 minutes. And we are definitely looking at those wet roadways and those that heavy rain that is now moving in towards town. It's much needed rain, but of course, I know it's Easter weekend and we have a lot of activities going on across town, and definitely be very cautious out there on those roadways as this heavy rain now moves into the city of Houston. So for 7-day forecast, high temps in the 50s and 60s for tomorrow as we head into Easter Sunday, and then by the rest of the week, we're going to be seeing those highs in the upper 70s, lows in the 50s. Our mornings are going to become chilly from this point forward as this cold front continues pushing on through, but just keep an eye on the potential for some pretty heavy rain, at least for the rest of this evening, as this front is going to want to slow down as it makes its way closer towards the Gulf and especially towards the Galveston area. So looking at the conditions right now, pretty active radar happening across Houston. Downtown's looking mostly dry, but that's not going to be for long as we're seeing some heavy rain now moving in closer towards northwest Houston. And in due time, most of the city will be encompassed by some heavy rainfall here in the next 30 to 40 minutes. And so, of course, that's our latest weather update of what we're expecting to see. I will have more for you on what's going on and what to expect for the next 7 days, especially in a little under an hour on KHOU 11 News at 6 p.m. So make sure to tune in for the latest news and weather updates. I, along with our anchor Trace and Bragg, will be with you, giving you the latest weather conditions as well as the latest happenings across Southeast Texas. Have a good and safe rest of your day.